giving an update to one of my favorite lobster mushroom recipes today, lobster mushroom rolls. These are a great introductory way to use lobster mushrooms. One of the questions I want to answer here, besides showing you the basic recipe, is the question I get all the time about lobsters is how to make them more flavorful. So you can see there's a couple notes there. We're going to go over those and it will all make sense very soon. First thing we're going to do is take the lobster mushrooms that we have cleaned and cut them into about half-inch dice. It doesn't have to be perfect here. You just want to make sure they're kind of in bite-sized pieces. Put them into a bowl. If they're big, you can cut them in half, whatever you need to do to get them to be reasonably even squares, roughly. Then we're going to take plenty of oil and we're going to cook the mushrooms down slowly, taking our time until they start to get a little color on them and the oil is this beautiful yellow. I love how the oil turns color when it comes in contact with the red coating of the lobster mushrooms. And we're going to take our time cooking those. While the mushrooms are cooking, we can slice up a little bit of celery. You can see I added a little bit of garlic there. And then I'm going to add some diced scallion too in the basic recipe. And in this recipe, I'm going to show you a little remix too. So I'm going to cut up some peppers because I forgot to get scallions at the store. And that's okay. But I had all these peppers and all these herbs from the farmer's market, so I thought I would do kind of a variation. We're going to add our celery, a little bit of fresh diced pepper, and then I have plenty of herbs here. You can see I have mint and dill, and there's a little bit of basil, really trying to make it interesting. And, I'm going off the rails of the traditional lobster roll seasonings here because lobster mushrooms are a lot different than lobster. They need a little more help. They're mild tasting mushrooms. So I'm mixing the mushrooms and the herbs with some mayonnaise. Mix that all together. And the most important thing here, you can see the spoon goes off the screen. I'm tasting it and seasoning. There I'm adding some lemon juice, lemon zest. Okay, so for the Spicy Farmers Market remix, season, taste, repeat is the most important thing. And we're going to use an assertive mix of seasonings. It's going to be spicy. There's a mix of different herbs, and there's a little bit of citrus and sour from the lemon. And we're going to focus really on their texture instead of their flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of extra mayonnaise to this, and we're going to have the raw crunch of fresh diced peppers to add some nice contrast. Really just trying to build and layer flavor with everything that I possibly can here to show you some ideas. There, I have a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of Old Bay. I'm going to add a little bit more mayonnaise than is in the basic recipe that's on my website. And I'm just tasting this and seasoning and mixing and tasting again until it just tastes perfect. Okay, one other thing, if you think that it needs a little bit more help, you can add a little bit of grated raw garlic at the end. Don't do too much, especially if you microplane it, but a little bit can be nice. It'll add a little bit of that fresh garlic heat, but that is not for everyone, so use a light hand. That's just one other example of how you can layer flavor to really make this a knockout dish. Just make sure not to use too much of it. I'm going to add a little more fresh herbs and mix and then taste again. And then I may add a little bit more. Use your intuition and just keep adding little by little until it tastes perfect to you. Okay, now the bun. The most important thing to know about the buns is that don't take them out of the package and just have them raw. In the images on my site, I show a toasted bun. If you want to do that, just get some buns that are not pre-sliced, cut them like that and leave a hinge, spread them with butter and griddle them. The other thing you can do is gently warm them up. Okay, so just like toast them in a minute. I'm not doing it here, but you get what I'm saying. Cut a little bit out of the top there, and then you can kind of hollow it out. And this is how some lobster rolls will be served. And taking a little bit of the guts out of the roll just makes it so you can fit more mushroom salad in there. But the big takeaway is don't serve buns just straight raw out of the package. They're going to taste better if they're toasted or if they're just gently warmed up. Doesn't that look nice? Cover that thing with chives, and you're ready to go. I hope you tried the lobster mushroom rolls. Thanks for watching.